so she wanted to start doing a Tu B'Shvat Seder, and I'm like, a what? And then I looked it up, and it really was a thing. So I'm like, oh, I can. And it goes back about 500 years.
Isn't that crazy?
And
come have a seat.
so then at that point, I made up this, and we've been doing our family Seder each year ever since. And normally it comes with a meal as well, and normally with wine, which we will not be partaking in this time.
Although he really wanted to.
I did really want to.
He did. I was like, I don't think Danny wants us to be doing day drinking. Because I said to Danny, I was like, we're gonna have wine and everything. He goes, day drinking at 9:30? And I was like, it's COVID. What can I tell you?
I'm like, what's wrong with 4 cups of wine on a Sunday morning?
We're like, it's COVID.
Sounds right to me,
We're crazy.
but
It's still COVID after 2 years.
evidently
Can we
not
all-
today.
Okay. Can you guys all see? Please put your hands up if you can see. Okay, good. There's Barry and Vicky. Okay, so go ahead. Keep going.
All right,
You're doing
so
great.
we actually start with an opening song.
But let's do some first before we start with the song. We're going to do a little bit of introductions, okay? So online, Barry and Vicky, can you please unmute yourselves? These are the matron and matriarch of our ushers and our synagogue of our B'nai Mitzvah services, because they always make sure that everything is ship shop shape.
Yeah, no matter what.
So let's introduce yourselves, please.
Huh?
Okay,
Tell us who you are.
I'm Barry.
Becky? And
Barry and Vicky. Yay.
an interesting life.
Yes, they have. They have.
Yeah.
They met and Cantor Amy married them.
Oh.
Very exciting. And Barry used to be a pediatrician. And Vicky is a virologist and very brilliant professor.
Well, I'm a biologist, not a virologist.
Oh, biologist. Well, you know lots of viruses though.
Yes, I do.
Don't we all know?
Yes. Okay, go ahead, Elizabeth.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth, and good to meet everybody.
Hi, I'm
Yay.
Amber on Ross.
I'm Stacy. Tanya.
And I'm Susie. I'm Susie, yeah, whatever. Little ones have to call me Cantor, but otherwise I'm not Susie. Yeah, so we're gonna sing a song about the 15th of Shvat. We were just talking about this in J Quest. That's so funny. I'm so bad at math. And so Matt says, what is the 15th of Shvat? What constitutes the 15th? And I'm like, oh, anyway, but Rabbi Helbron said, she explained it so well. It's 2, the no Roman numeral, the tet is 6 and the vav is 7. So 7 plus 6 is
13.
Oh, wait, no. So 9 plus 6 is 15,
Yeah.
right? So 9, vav is 9. Sorry, the 9th number. So that is the 15th of the month of Shvat. And it's the birthday of the trees. Now, are the trees, why would we be celebrating it here? Certainly not. Where do we celebrate the biggest birthday? The biggest, where the, yeah, in Israel, right? How many people have ever been to Israel at all? Raise your hand. What time of year were you there, Tanya? Summer, right? And so what's happening in summer there?
Spring.
I know. Stacy, when were you there? What time of year?
Summer.
Summer. Yeah. What about you, Liz?
We were there at Christmas and it snowed, which was really ready for that because it doesn't normally snow in Jerusalem. And so
What year was that?
I can tell you that was I don't know, must have been 07.
Chilly.
Long time ago.
I
Long time
totally
ago.
remember that because you remember, yeah, because I was studying Hebrew, like I was trying to get into cantorial school, and my colleague, like not my colleague, she's like Shelig B'Yerushalayim. I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy.
We were there in early spring and it rained.
Yeah, it rained and rained and rained, right? I know. What about anyone else? What about you guys? Have you no? Oh my gosh. Ross, you can tell about when you were there.
I was there from Thanksgiving through New Year's, basically.
Right. And it was not quite the rainy season
No,
then.
it was
when
chilly, but
it
that
was
was it,
chilly.
yeah.
Right. Awesome. It's just so amazing. Like being there for I was there for a whole year, seeing the whole cycle of the year and it's just unreal. But in any case, the trees, whenever the year that I was there, it's supposed to be a rainy season. That's why we say in our Amidah, there's You might hear it like if that the prayer Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei. There's one part of it there we say Mashiv haruach umorid hagasham. Okay, and then there's another part where we read hatal before we go to Mechalkel Chayim B'Chesed. The reason we change it is when we say Mashiv haruach umorid hagasham, we're asking after the holiday of Simchat Torah here, we're asking for the rain to come down in Israel to grow the trees and all those kinds of things. So the year that I was there, and then the other one, we're asking for dew on the hot list. We're asking for there to be dew in the morning after Passover. But when I was there, it like didn't rain. And I was like, when is the rain coming? Oh my gosh. Everybody was like all freaked out. Finally it came and it was it came like after Tu B'Shvat. But you could see the little olive trees kind of like starting to grow. So this is a bit of a song about the Seder. It's called the 15th of Shvat. So do you know this song? Oh, somebody's trying. Oh, yes. Yeah, Jean. Oh, Vicky.
We were there actually during Purim.
Oh, how fun.
And people were in costumes all over the place. It was really, really a lot of fun, even though it rained.
Yeah, it rained during Purim.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's like unusual.
Particularly in Sfat, which was like drenched.
Wow, yeah, that's unusual. Sfat is the place of like mysticism.
If you want to go somewhere where it's raining, travel with us.
well, I'll tell the Hasidic rabbis in Israel to have you guys come next time we need rain. Jean, tell us, have you ever been to Israel, Jean? This is Jean Burke. Tell us. You're muted. Can you unmute yourself? You're muted.
No, you can't do that. I was saying I was very lucky that my husband and I traveled to Israel often. He had family and so did I. So we went it was like going home. We were there summer, we were there in the spring, we were there sort of late fall. And of course, sometimes it rains and sometimes it's very cold and sometimes it's very beautiful. So it depends where you are.
Yeah, that's really super. It's a very, very special place. So we're going to sing this song. It's called the 15th of Shvat, and we sit around the table. You might know this, Tanya. It goes like this. We'll sit around the table on the 15th of Shvat. We'll have a special Seder for the blessings we have got. We'll eat the different fruits and nuts, and though it seems like quite a lot, this is how we celebrate Tu B'Shvat. In the middle of the month, under a full moon, you will find the Seder is divided into parts 4 of a kind. The numeral of which I speak specifically designed to signify the seasons of the year we keep in mind. You can all sing this part with me. It goes like this. Tu B'Shvat, the birthday of the trees. Give it a try. Tu B'Shvat, the birthday of the trees. Tu B'Shvat, come join us if you please. Let's try that part. Tu B'Shvat, the birthday of the trees, and come join us if you please. Here we go. Tu B'Shvat, the birthday of the trees. Tu B'Shvat, come join us if you please. Our Seder starts at nightfall when the stars they do appear. Our friends and family join us in this festive time of year. Our voices rise together for the blessings loud and clear. Tu B'Shvat, we celebrate this holiday avec plaisir. Lovely glowing candlelight and flowers full in bloom. Lovely bowls of fruit, so many nuts we will consume. Lovely shades of wine to drink with others in the room. When the Seder's finished, then our lives will resume. Here we go. Tu B'Shvat, the birthday of the trees. Tu B'Shvat, come join us if you please. One more time. Tu B'Shvat, the birthday of the trees. Tu B'Shvat, come join us if you please. Yay, that is so awesome. So, thank you for letting them in. Thank you. Awesome. Okay.
All right, so next, who wants to lead us in the prayer for washing our hands while we pass around the sanitizer?
Oh.
Tanya, you want to lead us in that?
Sure, as long as other people join also. Baruch atah Adonai Elohim melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al yadayim.
Let's say their use, source of all life, commands us to ritually wash our hands. Clearly, God was ahead of his time. And God said, let the earth put forth grass, herb yielding seed, and fruit tree bearing fruit after its own kind, wherein is the seed thereof of the earth. In the 16th century in northern Israel, in the spiritual town of Sfat, the Jewish mystics created the Tu B'Shvat Seder. They recognized the many and varied dimensions of God's creation and used the fruits of Israel to symbolize their existence. And that brings us to the first cup of grape juice.
So
If somebody wants to read about the first cup of wine,
If anyone wants, if you guys want to partake in this, you're totally invited to. I have cups for you. So if you'd like to, just let Ross know and he'll give you a cup. Who would like to read? Elizabeth, why don't you read for us?
This first cup of white wine or grape juice symbolizes winter and the mystical dimension of
Atzilut.
or emanation, at which God's energy infused the creation process with initial life.
So we say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Blessed are you, source of all life, creator of the fruit of the vine, and we can all take a drink.
No, don't.
Today we're using apple juice because I really could not find any white grape
Oh,
juice.
boy, did you go from white to red?
Who would like? Does anyone want? I'm good. Yep. Stacy? Okay. Okay, Ross, take a drink.
Going.
We have a lot more to use with that, so just,
We
you
do.
know.
Okay.
And then Stacy, if you want to be our reader here.
Sure. For Adonai your God is bringing you into a good land, a land of brooks of water, of fountains and ducts springing forth in valleys and hills, a land of wheat and barley and vines and fig trees and pomegranates, a land of olive trees and honey, a land wherein you shall eat without
Using apple juice.
does not lack anything in it, a land whose stones are iron, and out of whose hills you may dig grass. You may be satisfied and bless God for the good land which is being given unto you.
And that brings us to the 7th species. And we can pass that around so everybody can see. And you want, just grab something off there. I don't know.
If you want to. I put them in little cups. You notice the pomegranates are juice because I could not find pomegranates anywhere at the store. It's crazy. I think it's partly the shortage, but
Right.
Yeah.
It's hard to actually, in some of the stores, it's hard to find pomegranates.
Anyway.
You know, like Valley usually has, but some of the others don't.
Yeah.
You can get frozen pomegranate seeds
Are wheat.
Oh.
and
What'd you
keep
say,
it for
Vicki?
year round, whatever.
At where?
I don't know, you can get frozen, those arrows, those little squishy things from pomegranates. Keep them in the freezer, so whenever you need a pomegranate, you can pull them out.
Next time we will do that. That's what we'll do next time, Ross. We got to do it. Yay. Thank you.
Cantor,
The 7
Susie,
species are
you
wheat,
can get pomegranates,
barley,
seeds.
vine, figs, pomegranates, olives, and honey.
You read this, it's a vibe, so it started the scene.
You have me to read it?
No.
So the first fruit that is hard on the outside, soft on the inside. These are things such as walnuts, coconuts, almonds. The hard shell symbolizes the protection that the earth gives us and reminds us to nourish the strength and healing powers of our own bodies. So that's why we have, which was the almonds. So this is our first fruit. It qualifies.
They're
Anybody
really
likes some
good.
almonds?
So we say Baruch atah
Adonai
Eloheinu
Eloheinu
melech
haolam,
borei
borei
peri
peri
hagafen. Blessed are you, source of all life,
Wait an
creator of the fruit of the tree.
And this brings us to our second cup of grape apple juice. So this one is mostly white with a little bit of red mixed in.
Drop of red in it.
Now, when you do this with wine, it just does not,
Maybe we have to find the right mix.
yeah,
I'll do some research for next
You need,
year
right,
to
you need the appropriate
find the right
wine.
mix.
yeah.
Or you just have 2 glasses.
Right, and you just-
Mix them in the mouth.
Exactly, mix them in your mouth, exactly, there you go.
There's just a touch of red, go along with our white.
Kleenex.
I can see the kids liking this, the mixing
Yeah.
of the.
Yep,
It's one from our level.
I know.
And I just.
Yay.
And the reason why it's, so let's say it's to symbolize the passing of the seasons and the mystical concept of formation and birth, often associated with water.
And so with that, we're gonna sing another song. This is called
For the prayer.
Trees. Oh, I'm sorry, yes, the prayer. This is, okay, so we lift our cups and we say, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei harihayadim. Jean, you were gonna say something a second ago. I'm so sorry. What were you gonna say?
Right, I was gonna say that you can get pomegranates, just the little red ones, the seeds, at Trader Joe's.
I know. See, I couldn't find any when I was there and I was at Jewel. Jewel has none
Oh,
of
no,
much of
no.
anything.
My daughter buys them always at Trader Joe's.
Yeah, I know, I should have.
It does everything.
They do. They
I
do
think
have
it's like 2 late at
everything.
night for Trader Joe's, actually.
Yes, there probably was. So we're gonna say, I always have to do my shopping late at night.
I understand.
This is a cool song. So we're gonna raise our hands. There's a part that goes like this. So raise your hands up high for all the world to see. Everyone stand up. We don't have to stand up, it's okay. For trees, but I would make the kids stand up. But we're tired. We can say the right.
So, you know,
This lovely tree standing before us, planted by someone a long time ago. Someone with hope, a hope for tomorrow, a hope for the future, right here in this tree. Here we go. So raise your hands up high for all the world to see. Everyone stand up for trees. The thing about trees that is so amazing, they give us fruit and air that we breathe. They give us shelter, they give us fruits, they give us cherries, and they give us leaves. So raise your hands up high for all the world to see. Everyone stand up for trees. I know Ellen Allard wrote all these songs. She's amazing.
And if Verona can do the reading here.
For the,
Where it says reader. Yeah.
reader, blessed shall you be an assistant, or you be healed, blessed shall you be fruit of your body and the fruit of your cattle and the young of your flock. Blessed shall you be in your basket and your kneading trough. Blessed shall you be when you come in, and blessed shall you be when you go out.
Thank you. And that brings us to our second fruit. And this is a fruit with a stalk with a pit in the center. Olives or dates, peaches, apricots, and symbolizes the life-sustaining power that emanates from the earth. It reminds us of the spiritual and emotional strength that is within each of us. So if anybody would like a date,
Dates.
Very big.
The peaches are simple.
They are, oh,
Yeah,
they're
the
so
peach.
delicious, right?
I just
It's a blessing.
Raiders of the Lost Ark with the dates. And
Yeah?
yeah, although it's a poison date, so they die.
Oh.
Enjoy.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, the monkey dies. The
Yeah.
Indy caught it before the.
It's got the scene though.
So next year, you guys can all come to, oh my gosh, guess what? You can come to our new house with our new kitchen.
No way.
That's getting blown out tomorrow.
Oh, it's
Whoa.
happening?
Yeah,
No,
tomorrow.
Where's your new house? Is it-
Well, it's gonna be our same house.
Oh,
but
the same house
I'm
with your
sorry,
new
yeah,
kitchen,
same house
yeah.
with our new kitchen. And then we can have the
It'll
real
look and feel
Seder.
nice.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be totally new with no wall. And sorry, I know what, but I'm just saying we'll have the Seder at our new house, our new kitchen. It'll be fun with wine, with wine. Sorry, Russ.
Yeah, there's a prayer.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, perfect. Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pari ha'aretz. Blessed are you, source of all life, creator of the fruit of the tree.
So this brings us to our third cup, which is now mostly red with a little bit of white. So we just add some red on top of that. That would suffice.
I really did almost bring wine. I was this close.
Who's to say I don't have wine with me?
Pocket bottles.
Well, if you don't next year, I'm not showing up.
And you would think that he was the drinker in the house, and it's not.
You're singing.
So we say this cup, oh, right,
I
you
did.
already said this. So here we go. Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu
Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pari ha'aretz. Blessed are you, source of all life, creator of the fruit of the vine. Do you guys at home, do you have a copy of this that was online?
Yes,
You
we
do.
do.
Nikki, read please next for us.
Where are we?
We're on the reader, where it says the reader, right before the third fruit.
Then God formed the human form from the dust of the ground and breathed into the nostrils the breath of life, and the human being became a living soul.
So just one little short midrash about that. Whenever I talk to someone who says, oh, I don't really know if I believe in God, right? Which is a Jewish thing, because we're really not supposed to just believe anything blindly. We're supposed to wrestle. Thus the name Israel, to wrestle with God. I always point out that because I say, well, we're all sort of little extensions of God. So really, whenever we're praising God, guess what? We're praising all that is great inside of us. So just wanted to point that out.
And that brings us to our third fruit. The fruit is soft throughout and it's completely edible, such as figs, grapes, raisins. This type symbolizes God's omnipresence and our own inextricable ties with the earth.
All right.
That's a different Seder.
Yeah. Somebody would like a fig. Let's pass those.
Or the grapes, if you want some of the grapes from the
Or
plates. Grapes.
Got raisins.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pari ha'aretz. Blessed are you, source of all life, creator of the fruit of the tree.
Doesn't grow on trees.
Now we would eat a meal.
Fine, doesn't
I
matter.
hope you enjoyed. And it brings us to our fourth cup of wine, which this one is completely red. So if or you can finish the other one right before you grab.
I'll just take it out of here.
We've gone from all the way white to all the way red.
Yep, all the way white to all the, exactly. Just kind of like it symbolizes the trees,
Right.
right? And how they-
And it symbolizes the mystical concept of fire and the idea that within all living things dwells a spark of God.
Oh my gosh, like I just said. Yeah.
And we want to read this part here.
Jean, do you have a book at home?
I do
No?
not.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Time. Stacy, who hasn't read? Who would like to read? Who wants to read? Anybody?
I can read.
Go ahead.
And the angel of God appeared to him in a flame of fire of the midst of a bush. And Moses looked, and behold, and the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed.
And I don't have the prayer here, but I'm assuming that we do it anyway.
Yes. So we say, Baruch
Adonai,
atah
Eloheinu
melech haolam, borei pari ha'aretz. Blessed are you who created the fruit of the vine.
The fourth fruit. This has a tough skin on the outside, but sweet fruit within. mangoes, bananas, avocados, or sabra, a desert pear, and symbolizes the mystery of the world and our study of Torah. We are constantly seeking to uncover her secrets and are continually nourished by her fruits. So if anybody would like a banana, banana? Okay. Would any of you like a banana?
We have
We have
avocado.
avocado.
Oh, you do? Yeah, we have that here too.
We later make guacamole. All right.
They are. I have to know, Vicky and Barry, are you having juice? Are you partaking in the wine or juice?
Oh, yes. We have real wine.
Ah!
And really we'll start the day.
See, we're coming to your house next time.
Yeah. Well, so be it.
I know. See, we should have done it, Ross. Oh, well, I should have gotten one next time. Okay. So we're going to sing a closing song. It's called We're Building a Better World, because this holiday is about the birthday of the trees. And not only for us to think
Eat it.
about how we celebrate how Israel once never had vegetation, and all the Halutzim, the agriculturalists who came, and what they did to make it
Make
such
the
a
rest of it into
world.
guacamole.
We celebrate also what we know to make this world better through taking care of things, through recycling, through lobbying our legislators to enforce green laws, things like that. So we are building a better world, and this holiday kind of helps us remember that every time we look at a beautiful tree. We're building a better world. We're building a better world. We're building a better world, one person at a time. And this part you can sing with me. And the world goes round and round, and the world goes around and round and round, and the world goes round and round, and the world goes around and round and round. Let's try that again. We're building a better world. We're building a better world. We're building a better world, one person at a time, and the world goes round and round, and the world goes round and round and round, and the world goes round and round, and the world goes round and round and round.
Well, thank you all for coming to the
Thank you guys
Seder.
so much for
I'll
coming to
tell
the
you,
Seder.
You add 4 cups of wine and a meal in, and this is really fun.
It is, I promise. I bet Vicky and Barry are having fun, right?
Absolutely.
I haven't had enough breakfast wine yet.
So tell us what breakfast wines you're drinking.
And one's a Chardonnay,
Uh-huh.
and the other is some actually cherry flavored Manischewitz, which for a big secret, if you use that 50-50 with orange juice, you got sangria.
Ooh, that
It's
sounds
pretty good.
amazing.
It's very good, and don't tell anybody what's in it because they won't believe it's Manischewitz and orange juice. Put a bunch of fruit in it. It's really good. But
Manischewitz and orange
keep your
juice.
mouth shut sometime about what. Listen, one quick question.
Yes.
There is that part
So hard
of
to hear, yeah.
Deuteronomy where they say, kill everything but save the trees, that I think would be an appropriate reading for a Tu B'Shvat Seder.
The one in Deuteronomy, what is it? Can
Yeah.
you send it to me?
I'd have to look it up.
Okay, I'll find it.
I don't have the Torah memorized yet.
That's okay. So it's, I'll get it. So it's a
I'll get the
kill all
quote
the,
and
kill
I'll
everyone,
email it
but
to
save
you.
the trees. Is that in Deuteronomy? Or
Yeah,
is that
yeah.
during Noah?
It's Deuteronomy when there's one of the bazillion wars, and God commands the Israelis to kill every living thing but save the trees,
Oh, wow.
because that's the future. It's
Wow.
really, really good, but I don't see killing everything, babies and chickens,
Right.
what have you.
But as we know with the Torah, it
I
was
know.
all interpretation.
I know.
And they might have exaggerated it to really scare
But
them.
a lot of the people who are really, really intense with saving the planet and saving plants and so forth use that
Mm.
portion as a goal. But I don't mean killing everything else, but save the trees. I'll look it up and I'll get the exact location to you. Okay?
That's awesome.
Eventually, when I get my
Anybody have any
morning
questions? Jean, yes.
haze worn off. Okay.
I was gonna tell Vicky, Vicky, Manischewitz cherry wine, the one that you were talking about, is great with gefilte fish. That's the only time of the year I drink that stuff. And it's so good.
It is. That is a very, very good flavor. And as I said, the 50-50 with the orange juice makes sangria, but don't necessarily tell everybody how you did it. It sort of takes the mystique away. About mystique about sangria. Don't even start with me. All right.
Okay, so I have to say just one really funny for you at home.
Okay.
As we're talking about this, we're looking in front of us here at the 12 steps on the wall. Because this is where AA meets. So I guess it's probably good that we don't have an iPad.
Okay. Well,
The contrast, yes.
plain orange juice then.
Yeah. My name is Barry.
Yes. Your name is Barry. Oh, and you are not an alcoholic, right?
Well, starting this
Oh my
early in the
God.
morning, I wonder.
Hi, Barry. Does anybody else have any questions, comments, thoughts, anything?
Next year, he's on a Sunday night again.
Is there like a tradition, is there like a real meal, like, because I know we've done some of these, like, with the kids, Jewish DJ through BJE. But like, is there like a real,
I did like a pomegranate
Yeah, right
sandwich.
here.
Yeah. You got pomegranate. He had me running all over the place to find pomegranate molasses or something.
Now you know you go to Trader Joe's.
I know. This was like this too when we were
Yeah, it's pre-COVID. So it was
Pre-COVID.
already a few years ago now.
pre-COVID. Yeah. So and like anything that's sort of based with these fruits, you can like anything with olive oil too is a really good vegan foods. It would be a good vegan Seder. If some vegans are-
One of my copies here, I've actually.
Yeah, didn't you do an orange? No, you didn't do an orange chicken.
I
I
don't
thought,
think so, no.
no? Okay. That was me that made an orange chicken. But it's a really, the food's delicious. One year Ross made a breakfast because we only had time to do it at breakfast. So we did a 2 bishvat breakfast. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, it's delicious food. I mean, it's a great holiday. You can do other things like we do. I have the kids make a tree. And Abigail and I make a tree, and then we do a sleeping tree. So we sleep under the tree in the living room because it's too cold to sleep outside. There's all kinds of fun things you can do. Yeah, good. I'm so glad. Well, if you like that too, there's also on the temple page, the Jeremiah sings. I just put up a playlist of a couple songs that are going to be released that are electronic. I mean, they're real dance beats. One's Hey Yaho, Love the Earth, Love the Sky. Oh, let's do that song. It's a fun one. Let's close with that one. Hey Yaho, Love the Earth, Love the Sky. This is an even better song. So this is like a traditional. That's the encore. This is like a traditional Israeli folk song, and you'll just repeat after me. Leafy, can you do the moves? Do you remember? So we're gonna do hey ya, hey ya, hey. Yeah, yeah. So can you guys help us with the moves? And it'll be love the earth, and then earth and sky, flame of fire, rush of water. And then I can feel it in my body and my spirit and in my soul. So you can do those kinds of moves. So like this. Hey ya, 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 ho. Hey ya, 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 ho. Hey ya, 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 ho. Repeat after me. Adama, Bashamayim, Chom ha'esh, Tzil ha'mayim, Ani margish zot begufi benishmati. Hey ya, 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 ho. Hey ya, 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 ho. Love the earth, love the right? So, yay, thank you guys so much for coming.
Thanks for organizing
Thank you
it.
so much for coming. I'm so, if you want, anyone wants to take food to go,
There's
please
part of the cups.
help yourself to anything, anything. And also the barley, you can use kashi cereal for barley too. We used that one year. This year, but you know what, we're gonna be real with the Bible, since we're not real with the wine. We're real with the wine, because we're in the AA room. Oh my gosh, thank you friends for coming. Thank you friends for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, if she's still there,
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
call her.
yes. Okay.